down, will never come down. When the sun comes up, we'll be feeling how we do right now. My heart's on fire, coming down to the wire. While the world sleeps, we'll keep burning brighter and brighter.
No, I'm actually not. Very pleased to announce that we finished the last of the teat sealing this morning. We had 5 left to do, so that took us about 2 weeks, and we did them in batches. And it went really, really well. They've got used to going through the shed now. The temperament was so much better than previous years, and I can't think of anything that's been different other than the fact that these 2-year-olds this year have been raised by Anthony, haven't they? You've been with these heifers since they were about a day old?
Yeah.
And you were only 3 years old. So you were really annoying when you were 3, weren't you?
Yeah, but now I'm 5.
Now you're 5 and you're not quite as annoying, but when they were calves they got very used to very annoying things, like a 3-year-old running between their legs every single day. And honestly, well, I'm actually hoping, but it may have made them bomb-proof, because the temperament when we did the teat sealing this year has been so much better. So they're just having their breakfast now. According to the forecast, it's going to be the last fine day before we have a string of quite wet days. So we've started preparing for that. Nothing gives me sleep. Hey, please don't do that.
I am silent.
Well, it looked more like you were scaring them. Nothing gives me sleepless nights quite like the prospect of mud. So we're sort of setting up over the next 2 days to make sure that we don't make a heap of mud when it starts raining. So they'll go in this break today, and then tomorrow morning, most probably first thing, because it's meant to start raining quite early, they'll come into this break here, and then it's straight off onto the feed pad. They get all their feed out in the paddock. The standoff pad is just for standing them off so they don't make a mess, but it's meant to start raining overnight, so we'll have to move quite early in the morning so they don't make a mess there. I'm hoping that Friday and Saturday are not going to be too bad and they can be out in the paddock that day, but we'll just have to play that by ear a little. We'll get a bale and feed out in advance for tomorrow morning, so that it's just a matter of letting them over the wire. So they'll go up here tomorrow. So this standoff pad would have been built probably 25 years ago, I would say. Maybe a little bit longer than that, couldn't be sure. And back in the good old days, what would happen is we'd put a big bedding pack of post peelings up there. And 25 years ago, I don't even think that there was such an invention as a herd home. And there wasn't so many standoff pads back then, so there wasn't a great deal of demand for post peelings. But nowadays, every man and their dog has got a standoff pad or a herd home. So post peelings are sort of cross prohibitive for us at the moment. It's concrete at the front, and I think there's a pumice. It's a combination of pumice in places, which is compacted down, and then just pit metal. So it's relatively hard underfoot, and they just stand up there and chew their cuds while it's raining. It's not really the best place for them to lie down, and they don't tend to lie down, but it's a lot more forgiving than concrete. That was one of the things that we had to contemplate when we first bought the farm, is were we going to continue with the post peelings. It was getting up to, well, that was several years ago now, and it was getting up around the $10,000 just to get both these 2 bays filled with post peelings. It's one of those things that, yeah, they're comfortable, but it turns to shit pretty quickly, and then that's $10,000 for maybe 3 or 4 days of the year where it's just torrential, where you'd want the cows to be off for a couple of days. And so it is nice to have, but I couldn't really justify the cost of that. So I don't even know what the cost of post peelings would be these days. It'd probably be more than that, which is kind of bizarre when you think about how much wastage comes out of the forestry blocks and stuff like that, and how many stray limbs that are just put in piles and goodness knows what, but that you'd think you'd be able to get very, very, very cheap post buildings, but that's just not the case. I guess the mechanics of splitting them up are just too much. But yeah, there's so much competition for that bedding material these days that we've deemed it as cost prohibitive. And like I say, there's maybe 3 or 4 days a year where you really get your return for your money, but gosh, that's a lot of money for just 3 or 4 days. And then the rest, it's just trying to manage it with timing so that they're not on the paddocks when the worst of the rain is there. And, you know, it would be nice to have the cows be able to lie down and be super, super comfortable, but cows don't really lie down when it's raining anyway. So when it's worst of the rain, they'll be standing up here, and it's only for probably, I don't know, it's only overnight, and then they're back out on the paddock in the morning. And yeah, we've done it this way for the last couple of years, and I can't complain. Oh, we better reverse. He's on the move. He's got to go really fast, Emma. He's always excited to see the cows, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a cowman.
Rain is water.
Yeah, rain is water. So.
What's Emma doing?
Right, I'll let them go. Go, girls! Come on! Come on! Can you please get off the horn? You need to sit down. Come on. Here. Get off the horn. You're scaring the cows. Sit down. Good boy. Right. Call the cows. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Shut the door, Anthony. And they'll just walk straight off, but they're not having a bar of it, so hopefully they'll start following the bike. Come on! And we could certainly do without all that tooting. Ah, that's better. Gosh, we've had a lot of rain in the last 12 hours, and what's really strange about this rain is usually we get our big volumes of rain from the north or the northeast or the northwest, maybe a fair amount from the west as well, but this is actually coming from the south. So it doesn't feel super cold. Usually it's cold from the south, but gosh. We went for a drive this morning just down to Eltham, and they've had a heck of a lot more rain than what we've had. So yeah, when it rains it pours, but we're not picking cows and calves up yet, so I'm pretty happy. So we'll finish doing this and well, I'll be going home to sit in front of the fire and do some knitting, and I'll see if I can find a job for the boys. Did you check the rain gauge? 50. Oh yeah. They could just stand here and chew their cud and enjoy the rain for the night, and we'll see them in the morning. Do you like rain?
Yeah, I like playing.
Do you think... Originally, we were going to leave the heifers on the paddock for the night, but the ground was just too saturated, and Urian decided to pull them off the hill and stand them on the race. By nightfall, we were up around the 100 mil mark with 2 more wet days forecast.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Put you on the race. Calm down. Don't go too far.